Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Fact Sheet Friday for FS25. This Fact Sheet Friday is belonging to Friday, the 27th of September 2024. If you like Farm Simulator content and you want to see more, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Check out my channel for more. I have a roleplay in the top right hand corner. And I do these Fact Sheet Fridays every Friday, until FS25 is released in November, and I will be putting up Let's Plays on FS25 when it is obviously released as well. So please help and support the channel. I really do appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get stuck in to this week's Fact Sheet Friday. And first up we have the John Deere C441R baler. It's a combi baler where it bales and can wrap all into one go. Obviously round bales, as you can see. So yeah, obviously round baler, pretty straightforward. It costs 112,500 to purchase. It requires 110 horsepower. That's very small for the size of the machine, in my mind. So fairly handy to have around this kind of medium-sized farm. If you have a tractor, you know, around 150 horsepower, it should be well able to pull that then with 110 horsepower requirement. It only weighs 6.5 tons. It only does the 125 centimeter wrapping, and it only bales the 125 centimeter bale. So that is the smallest of the smallest round bales, and you can't change sizes with this particular baler anyway, at least. So yeah, 125 centimeters is the smallest round bales, and they are quite small. But it has a 17 kilometers per hour or 11 miles per hour working speed, and the tires are obviously, there's two different types of tires. It's a T404 or a T510. So different widths on the tires there on this baler. Next up, something very unusual to see in a base game is the Lizard Motors Dragon. It's like a Isuzu or something like that, with the lights, in my opinion. Like one of those style trucks with obviously a bed on the back of it. So in this case it's a tipper. I don't know if you can change the bed and put just a flatbed to carry bales or pallets or whatever, or if you can make higher sides to hold more. I'm not entirely sure, but very cool little small truck with a bed on the back, and I'm sure we'll be able to see the capacity and all sorts, and maybe if there is any modifications we might see it on the next page. If not, we'll have to wait and see till the game comes out. Also over here we have the Izeki or Izeki, not 100% sure what way you pronounce it. It's the HJ6130. So obviously some sort of, I think it's a rice harvester, I think. So very unusual, new machine. Obviously we don't have that in any other FS games. So let's move on to the next page and get a bit of information about both of these vehicles. First up, the Izeki HJ6130. It is a rice harvester. It costs 95,000. In my opinion, that's very cheap. I don't know how much rice is worth in the game, but a harvester, a decent combine harvester, is anywhere from 150 to 200,000. Plus you have to buy the header on top of that. A lot of these self-propelled like harvesters for grapevines, olive groves, potatoes, root crops, any of these big well, I know this isn't already big, but they usually cost like $500,000. They're so expensive. Now this is a very small scale machine. Maybe there's bigger rice harvesters, but 95,000 is justifiable. It's a very, very decent machine for that price, to be fair, on tracks here, as you can see. So it is 130 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, 105 litres in the tank, fuel tank. It does 12 kilometers per hour or 8 miles per hour on the road. It has a 2,000 litre capacity. So again, I don't know if that's a lot or if it's very, very small. I don't know what way rice yields. We'll have to wait and see for the game for that. It weighs 5.6 tons. It does a working speed of 8 kilometers per hour. Unusual, they didn't put the miles per hour beside this. Usually they do. But yeah, 8 kilometers per hour working speed. And obviously enough, it's a rice. It collects rice. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. On to the Lizard truck. It costs 45,000. It has 180 litres of fuel. And yeah, you can, by the looks of it, put taller sides on it, from 3,500 to 7,600 litres capacity in the tipper bed in the back. So yeah, you can obviously make taller sides. That doesn't confirm, however, if you can take the sides off and have a flatbed and carry pallets or bales. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, you can definitely make bigger sides and have a bigger capacity. Weighs 4.4 ton. variable CVT transmission. It does 80 kilometers per hour or 50 miles per hour on the road, and it has 170 horsepower. And here are the list of all the crops and materials and items that can be put into the back. You have like road salt, hay, silage, straw, pig feed, snow, olives, manure, fertilizer, all sorts of stuff, snow, rocks, lime, bit of everything, chaff, total mixed ration, everything. So fantastic little machine to have. Actually, I definitely will be getting this and using it to see what it's like. But yeah, interesting to see a Lizard vehicle on the Factory Friday for once. On again to the next one. We do have the Nova G, or Novag, I'm not 100% sure. T-Force plus 950. I think it's a Novag. It's a cedar, naturally enough. 312,000 this thing costs. That's very expensive, in my opinion, for a cedar. It requires 415 horsepower. Also, you need a huge tractor to run it. It is 9 meters wide. It has 7,700 liters capacity. It weighs 18 tons. Holy crap. It does a 12 kilometers or 7.5 miles per hour working speed. It can seed and fertilize all in the one go, which is usually a good plus. And it can sow wheat, barley, canola, wheat, barley, oats, canola, grass, oilseed radish, rice, peas, and spinach are the crops it can sow, which is a good variety. So very, very nice machine. I would like to be able to use it, but I mean, that's a serious price and you need a massive tractor to pull it. So hopefully we get to see a bit of that in a Let's Play in FS25 when it does release. On to the last, not the last Factory Friday, but the last vehicle. It is another Izeki. It's the PRJ8D, which is the rice planter on the wet fields. So we'll skip on to the next page and have a look and see some information about this machine. Here it is in all its glory. Little bicycle wheels on it. It's very funny. It is a rice planter. It costs 25,500, which is not bad considering it is self-propelled. It does 20 kilometers per hour or 13 miles per hour on the road and 8 kilometers per hour or 5 miles per hour working speed. It weighs 958 kg. It can sow rice, obviously enough, and fertilize all in the one go, which is great. It has 25 horsepower, 28 liters of fuel in the tank, variable CVT transmission, 274 liters of, or 274 capacity of seed, I'm guessing, or rice. I don't think it's actually seed, it's little trays of rice that you have to, by the looks of it, grow in greenhouses, and then you put the little trays on it, on the back, and it picks them up and throws them down. So yeah, and it's obviously a rice planter. So very interesting set of vehicles, from balers to seeders to the Izeki and the Lizard truck, rice planter and the rice harvester. So it's good to see that sort of stuff. They're definitely new, that we've never seen before, the rice equipment. But if you like Factory Fridays and you love Farming Simulator content, please do again check out my channel below. I will also leave the original link to this blog and the Farming Simulator page down below, so definitely go check it out. And I will see you guys in the next Fact Sheet Friday next week. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.